Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WRESTLEBUDDY Dynamite Recap. We had a very, very good show tonight. It flowed together very nicely. It started with a nice match. The action throughout the night was real good. We had another debut, and they set up the Rampage show for this week, Friday night. It looks like it might be pretty good, so I might have to find a way to check that out in between SmackDown and WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame and all the other stuff that's happening this week. But enough with all that. Let's get right to the show. It starts right out the gate with my man CM Punk. He comes out, gets the crowd hyped, and he be taking on Max Caster tonight. Max Caster had to be on the show tonight because the Will Smith stuff. They wanted him to get out there so he could drop a line, get that little cheap pop, whatever you want to call it. And he did not disappoint. A few months ago, I said he dropped like my favorite rap that he's done so far. This one, I think, exceeded that. He hit the Will Smith sign. He talking about CM Punk's missing teeth, meth mouth, whatever you want to call it. Hell of a dynamite for sure. Thank you for joining. And the last line is what got me. It popped me. He says, "You ain't the voice of the voiceless. You're the voice of the moistless." Thank you very much, Max Caster. You got a chuckle out of me tonight. And then he delivered in a pretty good match with CM Punk. I don't think we expect much from Max Caster as far as in the ring. He's an entertainer. But he did do well in there with Punk. It was a fun match. And obviously, CM Punk got the win. He got the second consecutive win, though, with the Anaconda Vice, going away from the GTS a little bit. I don't know if that's to show that he can win multiple ways, or I'm not sure what they're doing there. But anyway, he did get the win. Afterwards, here comes Tony Schiavone, who was on overtime tonight. He was everywhere, interviewing here, interviewing there, interviewing in the back, interviewing in the front. He is just everywhere. But he interviews CM Punk, and he basically says, he asks him, what's the belt gesture for? Because I guess Tony Schiavone is an idiot. And CM Punk basically lets it be known, I don't care if it's Adam Cole, baby, or if I'm staring down the gun of some cowboy shit or barrel, whatever it was. I'm coming for that AEW world title. And I will be winning that world title before my time here in AEW is up. So, good stuff there. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes from there. I just don't see CM Punk winning the world title yet, if at all. I don't think he needs to win it. But if they're pushing it this hard, definitely it seems like he might be winning it. So we'll see where it goes from there. Commercial, come back, and we get an MJF and FTR interview. And here we got some dissension between the two because FTR lets it be known, hey, Max, we're friends with you, but we're also friends with Wardlow. We're not getting caught up in the middle of it. It's not going to work. And Max was, hey, man, he was talking shit about you guys when you guys weren't around. He cools things over. FTR, they have a match coming up later. And that was the segment. It's just to tell the story of these two splitting up. Eventually, because it will be coming. The split it's coming, but that's what this segment was for. And then from there we go to a Jay Lethal versus Jon Moxley match. Very, very good match. I don't think I've seen Jay Lethal win a match on TV since he has arrived, and that is a shame because last week he was in the ring with Adam Cole, baby, and then this week he was in the ring with Jon Moxley, and the crowd is split right down the middle. They're chanting, we want Lethal, we want Moxley. Last week, Adam Cole, baby, whatever the Jay Lethal chant was. The crowd's behind him, so there's no reason for this man not to be picking up wins, being involved in something besides just being the guy that's losing to everybody. And that's what happened here. He fought his ass off. He ended up losing, of course. Afterwards, Moxley shook his hand. Sportsmanship, whatever. I don't know. But it was a good match, so I can't complain about that. Directly after that, they did a Marina Shafir video package to let you know, I guess she's coming. She's been there. I'm not sure. I've not seen her on TV, so maybe she's been on Dark earlier. I don't know. But more on her a little later in the evening. Commercial. Come back. We get FTR versus the Ass Boys. I refuse to call them anything else at this point. Decent match here. Billy Gunn obviously had to get involved at one point. The interesting note here is FTR is playing the face, and I believe this is the first time I've personally seen them playing face. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. MJF was on commentary for this. He came out before the match, got on commentary. He with the Aubrey has to be the worst ref in the history of professional wrestling. I hear no lies with that one. Thank you, Max. You just telling everybody what we already know. We appreciate you for it. But like I said, this match was a fun match. Again, seeing FTR play the babyface is different. But as good as they are, it's to be expected. They're gonna nail it. That's what they do. Fun match. FTR eventually gets the win. Billy Gunn tries to get involved again at the end, but Cash Wheeler pops him off. And then they get the big rig 1, 2, 3 over to Ass Boys. During the match, Wardlow, he came through the back and he was taking out security, making his way through, got to the crowd, and eventually like 8 securities jumped on and pulled him away. Max like, yeah, get him out of here. After the match, Max goes down to the ring to try and celebrate with FTR, and they said, get off me. And they start smacking his hand, get away. They tell him they got issues. Max, being the mastermind he is, cools things over once again. Gets MJF to calm down, and then he leaves with him. So just more dissension there. We know it's coming. It's leaving. So whether or not the Pinnacle will be over with, or if they'll just replace him with someone else, kind of like Jericho did with his group, we will see eventually. After that, we get a Hobbs promo in which he's cutting on Keith Lee. They're going to be in the main event on Rampage. Thank you. I look forward to that one. 2 big meaty men slapping meat. That's what I want to see. That alone makes me want to watch Rampage. But simple promo, nothing spectacular. Just to let you know, hey, this match is happening. They have beef. This is what it's gonna be. After that, we go to a Jericho Appreciation Society segment, and I see a lot of people talking about this going way too long, and I can't wait to decipher this here in a second after I go through the whole segment. So Jericho talking about everybody from every promotion around the world, even that blah yada yada, they all want to be a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Well, there's 5 of us, and that's all. You're not allowed in. Then Daniel Garcia tries to talk. He got a Kangol hat backwards, and he looked foolish, and I love every second of it. He's like, we are sports entertainers. That man is the most straight, pure wrestler in that company, maybe. And he's trying to play off the sports entertainer role. It's beautiful. I love it. And then from there, 2.0 rules, because I am not calling them those other names. I refuse to. They will always be 2.0 rules. They come in, they save the segment from Danny Garcia, who was letting it get away. He should not be talking until he gets a little bit more charisma. Even though it is funny that the wrestler is playing the sports entertainer. It was all great. Yes, it was. They were like, take a peek. Talking about look behind the curtains because Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, they're nowhere to be found. So my homeboy, he goes and checks behind the curtain. He goes, nobody there. Hey, Jake, take a peek. Jake takes a peek. There's Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston, and the attack begins. Santana Ortiz and Eddie Kingston, they get the best of these dudes for a little bit, and it even ends up with Eddie Kingston hitting the spinning back fist. Pow! On Jericho in the ring, and he drops him. But eventually the numbers do catch up. Jake Hager comes in and cleans house, takes them all out. Then Jericho gets up, 2.0 gets in there, Daniel Garcia gets in there, and they start taking the bat to all 3 of them. And did the segment go on long? Yes, it did. Do I care? No, because the Jericho Appreciation Society is doing something that I don't know anybody in AEW has been able to do yet, and that is really piss off the AEW fan base. I don't think I'm seeing a positive tweet, fan reaction, anything about the Jericho Appreciation Society. And a big complaint that a lot of people have with the AEW diehards, and it's a stupid complaint, whatever, like what you like, is that they love everything. Heel comes out, yay, face comes out, yay, someone's getting beat down. Yeah, they're always happy. And that's cool, whatever, you're happy, enjoy what you enjoy. But without proper heels, this stuff doesn't work as effectively as it should. Jericho Appreciation Society is doing that perfection. It's perfect the way they're doing. I love it. You love to hate the J. Yes, you love to hate them, and that's what they need. This is going to be so good for 2.0 rules, and it's going to be really, really good for Daniel Garcia, because we already know the kid can wrestle. If he can learn anything from Jericho about the entertainment aspect of professional wrestling, he's going to be special. Jericho, I think he ended up swinging that bat like 20 times tonight, and it was awesome. I loved every bit of it. Get the heel heat. I love it. They were hating these guys, and it's perfect. So to anybody that the segment was too long, shush. From there, I believe I missed this on my notes because I was too invested in it. I can't believe this happened. No, I didn't. Never mind. Scratch that. So next up, we had a Jade Cargill interview in which she's like ready to name her 30th opponent. Her lawyer guy says we got two options. Brings out the first one, some librarian. She goes, "Is this a joke? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this." He goes, "Yo, she's perfect." And she goes, "No." Who's the next one? In comes Marina Shafir. That's right. The one they did a video package for earlier is now going to be Jade Cargill's 30th opponent, in which for sure Jade Cargill will be winning, but Marina Shafir is next. So that will happen. I don't know if it's on Rampage. I didn't catch the full cards. I just saw little bits. That's that though. It's coming next week, Friday, I don't know. It's coming. From there, we get a Wheeler Utah versus Bryan Danielson match. And I see a lot of people hating on Wheeler Utah. And after this match, I'm sold. This dude has it. He clearly has skill. He's very talented in the ring. And the story he was telling in this match was that, hey, I may not be as good as you, but I'm a lot better than you're giving me credit for. He was very cocky at points in this match. He was wanting Bryan Danielson to bring it to him. Bryan Danielson looked actually distraught at some, not distraught. He was not happy at points of this match. He was not in control like he normally is. Utah is a very technical wrestler. He can grapple with the best of them, and that's exactly what he did tonight. He had Bryan Danielson, I caught myself there, reach for the ropes, which is different. We've seen Bryan Danielson's basically reversing everything. He don't go to the ropes for the shortcut. He does the technical thing. Tonight, he could not do that. He used the rope break. That's interesting. That's new for him. Here, Wheeler Utah continued the onslaught. At one point, Bryan Danielson he went to do the kicks, and he hesitated for a second. Wheeler Utah spit in his face. That pissed off the American Dragon. He started stomping him, and then he ended him. Knee to the face, put him in the lock. That's it. Utah taps. That's the match. Very entertaining match. Might be my favorite match of the night. And again, basically because Wheeler Utah told a fantastic story in this match. Bryan Danielson does what he does. He's never going to disappoint. And it was a great technical match to watch. So we had all aspects. You had heel, you had a face, you had a story, and you had great in-ring work. Perfect. It's perfect. That's what I want to see. After that, we get a Darby Allin Andrade promo for their main event that's happening later tonight. Just some of the same stuff we've been dealing with the past few weeks with Andrade and Darby. Nothing crazy. Next up, here comes my boys, Adam Cole, baby, and the rest of the Undisputed Elite, just Red Dragon at this point. They're coming out. They got the belts. You know, Adam Cole's got Hangman's, and he's put the tape over Hangman's name, and it says Adam Cole. Red Dragon has Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly over Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. It's funny as hell to see. They get in the ring. There's a box, party supplies. They open the box. 2 gold balloons come out. You know what that's about. It's all about that. Yeah, right there. So Adam Cole basically says, "Yo, it's time for a new era here. We don't need to do all that other nonsense. When we took them because they belong to us, and the fans deserve a new era here. That's what we're gonna do." In comes Hangman Page in his Tesla with the big cowboy horns, the bull horns on the front of the Tesla, looking goofy as hell, but it's funny. It works. Hangman Page gets out, doesn't say a word, storms the ring, starts busting their ass. Guys, new source, Jungle Boy got them tired. Yes. So Hangman Page basically takes out all three of them, and then they go to retreat because they pull Adam Cole out before he can get the buckshot lariat. They're going to the back, but then they get jumped from behind by some cowards, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Christian. They throw him back in the ring. It's now 4 against 3, completely unfair at this point. And yes, JBL Carr, just an electric one. Yeah, there's 4-on-3 against the Undisputed Elite. That's completely unfair. They beat him down. And again, they go for the buckshot lariat, but Adam Cole, my bad, ducks underneath it, bounce off ropes, gets thrown back outside, and that's a segment. Very effective segment there. They have a match, I think, next week is what I heard. I didn't see it on TV. I saw people talking about it on Twitter. If that's the case, I think Adam Cole might be your next champion for sure. I don't know if that's the case though. I missed it. I don't know. We'll see. After that, we get a Thunder Rosa interview. That was me. She's not very good. She cannot catch my attention on anything. She has passion. It's all flat. There's no like hit this part, go low, bring the passion here, drop it down. I don't know. It's weird the way she delivers her promo. I'm not sold on her as the face of the AEW Women's Division, but she can wrestle. So at the end of the day, that's all that truly matters to an extent. After that, we go to FTR on the back, and also I would like to say thank you to them for they had the NWO inspired gear tonight. Even my son caught onto it. It was lovely. But they're in the back. They're cutting a promo, a babyface promo. So it's pretty much done at this point. They have changed their baby faces now, and they challenge Young Bucks to see who the best tag team of all time is, which is crazy because I didn't know the Dudleys were involved in all this, but we'll see. I'm not mad at seeing FTR and the Young Bucks get in the ring again, as long as FTR is able to get the win this time like they should. Commercial break, come back. It's the Hart Foundation Women's Qualifier match. The first of the qualifiers to see who will be in the tournament for the Hart Cup, the Owen Hart Cup. Bunny was the person they announced, and then she's got a surprise opponent. It is none other than Toni Storm. She gets a nice pop. She comes down. They have a nice back and forth match that goes through 2 segments. Bunny gets in plenty of offense, which is good. Don't like seeing people like that just get squashed right out the gate. But in the end, Toni Storm obviously wins. I don't think anybody didn't see that one coming at all. So she will be in the Owen Hart Cup tournament when it comes up, I think, in May. So that'll be interesting to see. And the other qualifier match they're going to have on Rampage is going to be Sky Blue versus Jamie Hayter. I think we know what that one's going to. So that's 2 names we got in there that I like. That's going to be a good tournament if they can keep up adding names that deserve to be in it and not just crap talent. After that, they do a Nyla Rose and Vicky promo. I know a lot of people aren't big on Nyla. They're definitely not big on Vicky, and I completely agree with that one. But Nyla Rose, she basically pushed Vicky to the side at one point and took over, and she was fierce. She delivered that promo with passion. I believed every word she said. I liked it. It was a very good promo from Nyla Rose. I really think this woman gets disrespected way too often because she's one of the most solid women wrestler they have, and when she cuts promos like that, I'm sold. She's a beast. I can't wait to see her and Thunder Rosa because, again, as boring as Thunder may be on the microphone, in the ring, not so boring. And then Nyla Rose is just a monster that's gonna just beat the piss out of Thunder Rosa. But after that, commercial break, come back, and it is time for the main event, in which we're gonna get Andrade versus Darby Allin. I'm not sold on Andrade at this point. I think I don't even want to say they've messed him up. I just don't think he's as interesting as people think he is. But he can wrestle. I think he's, I don't want to say he's lost a step since he came to AEW. There's just something that's not the same as what I was seeing him do in WWE when he was putting on those bangers with Rey Mysterio, Johnny Gargano. I'm not seeing it. I know Dance Partridge played a lot into that, but Darby Allin's a good dance partner, and I still was not sold on this match. Andrade did look vicious tonight because before the match even started, he just started just beating the crap out of Darby on the outside, slaying him everywhere, taking him off the skateboard, just beating the hell out of him. Threw him in the ring. Darby, the ref's like, "Can you go?" And Darby's like, "Just do it," because it's Darby. He enjoys being punished. And then Andrade, as soon as the match started, he picks it right back up and starts just beating the piss out of Darby Allin. Darby Allin fights out of it, though. He ends up gaining control at one point towards the end. Andrade's manager tries to come down, but Sting attacks him from behind, which then leads to Butcher and Blade coming down. They start attacking Sting, so naturally, Darby Allin had to release the hold on Andrade and attack Butcher and Blade. Come back in the ring. Andrade is now ready for him. Hits him with the move. 1, 2, 3. Andrade gets a win on TV. What? That's crazy. Good for him. I can't remember the last time I saw it. And it's a big win because beating Darby Allin on Dynamite is a pretty big deal. It didn't. I like watching Darby. My son loves watching Darby, but even he was kind of like, I don't really care at this point. And I believe it's the Andrade effect, and I hate to pin that on him, but he's just not interesting right now. So after the match, AFO comes in there and they're celebrating Andrade's win because it is a reason to celebrate. You finally won something. Sting comes in to check on Darby, so apparently, obviously, Andrade's like, "Hey, go get him." But they start beating him down. Private Party comes down because 4-on-1 or 2 if you want to consider Darby still a member right now, 4-on-2 is enough. They gotta make it 6-on-2. So they start beating him down. You know what's happening next. Hardy Boys, music hits, crowd pops, nice pop. Matt Hardy's come just shuffling down with his chair because he can't bend his knees. And then Jeff Hardy, he don't stop and do the he actually wants to help Sting and Darby. He didn't care about his brother Matt, but he definitely gonna help Jeff. Definitely gonna help Darby and Sting here. So that was funny. But he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm here for business." They clear the ring, obviously, and it ends up with Quentin being the last one in. He gets the twist of fate, and then the Swanton. That's your show. The Hardys and Private Party have a tables match next week, so there was a table in there at one point. I thought they were going to use it. Thank goodness they didn't, because don't overkill it. Overall, though, that was the show. Overall, I really enjoyed the show. It did not feel like a 2-hour show, and that's always the sign of a good time, because if it doesn't feel like you're sitting there for that long, that means you're enjoying yourself. Other than just the little nitpicking stuff, there was nothing really to hate about the show. It wasn't fantastic by no means, but it wasn't bad at all. It was just a really good show. This is the kind of, if you give me this every week, I'd be happy. Surprise me every once in a while with a better show. That's good. So with that said, thank you for joining me. If you liked it, like it, subscribe. You know all of the stuff at this point. You should be doing it. You should also be checking out the interviews. You should be checking out the lists we do. Our good man Dale, he got some lists that are just phenomenal. If you ain't watching Dale's list videos, shame on you. Not pity, just shame on you. That's all I gotta say about it. So with that said, thank you once again for joining. As always, love y'all for the support, and I will see you. I'm not sure, because I'm turning this off. I'm getting some sleep, and then I'm heading to Dallas for WrestleMania, baby. So I might jump in on one of the podcasts this weekend if I have time. If not, it'll be Monday before you see me for the Raw recap, the Raw after WrestleMania recap, which should be fun. And if you don't watch any of that, you just do AEW. I will see you next week. So again, one last time. Sorry, this is the third time, but third time is the charm. Thank you for joining me. I will see you all sooner or later. Goodbye. Boom.